why should you potty your baby? There are so many benefits, and I'm just going to run through my top 10. And by the way, these are really perfect to show a partner or a family member who may be a little bit more on the skeptical side. Check out the download underneath this video. So, build a deeper connection. Parents who practice baby pottying report a profound bond from the communication that they build with their babies. It really just encourages parents to be aware of and respond to one of baby's most basic primal needs. Develop baby's communication. So at around 6 months, babies can still distinguish between the sounds of all human languages. But by about 10 months, their brains begin tuning into the language that they hear every day, and they lose sensitivity to unfamiliar sounds. So this is really the same with their toilet needs. If we validate and respond to their awareness, those neural pathways are strengthened. But if those signals are ignored, the baby learns that those sensations aren't important, and they slowly just begin to tune them out. Reduce fussiness and crying. Excessive unexplained crying is actually not a universal infant behaviour, and cultures that give close and attentive caregiving, which includes baby pottying, report less crying than babies in the West.
So a few times we've had it when your baby's just sort of fussing and you don't really know what the problem is. You're like, well, they're fed, they're warm, they've got something interesting to do, but they're just sort of fussing. And a few times I've had that. And then I put her on the potty and she's weed, and it's like, oh, you were fussing because you didn't want to be in the nappy. And it's like, wow, it really makes sense. Yeah.
Reducing colic. So numerous parents report that baby pottying has a positive influence on their baby's digestion. Humans are designed to poo in a squat, and sitting in this position straightens out the passage that stools pass through, and it relaxes the pelvic floor muscles, which results in less straining and complete emptying of the bowel. So this really reduces the risk of trapped stools and any tummy discomfort that leads to that inconsolable crying. This is one parent's experience from the diaper-free baby.
Since my baby was born, she really struggled with bowel movements. We had thought she was constipated, but really she just has a hard time going when she has a bowel movement. She would cry 2 or 3 times a day. We tried all sorts of things. I rubbed her stomach, pushed her little legs up on her stomach, everything. Nothing solved it but seeing her in the in-arms position.
Encourage positive body awareness. So responding to toilet cues reinforces that all of baby's bodily sensations are valid and not just some of them. Seeing and experiencing a part of their body that is usually wrapped in this layer of plastic supports healthy body awareness instead of associating that area only with mess or discomfort when they need cleaning up. Quicker potty independence. So supporting baby's natural awareness and introducing the potty gradually helps toileting feel routine rather than imposed. So in contrast to that, introducing toilet training later at a time where toddlers are asserting their independence can just lead to increased resistance, withholding poo, and power struggles around the potty. Cost and environmental benefits. So the cheapest and the most environmental nappies are the ones that you just never need to buy. Practicing baby pottying can save roughly per child 5,000 nappies going into landfill and £750 in nappy costs. Supports breastfeeding. Sometimes babies are unsettled and fussy at the breast and pop on and off. You may just assume that the baby has finished feeding, or you might assume that you have a latch or a supply issue, but sometimes they simply just need to wee or poo and they don't want to go in their nappy or on you. Feeding actually activates the baby's digestive system, and pooing during a feed is really normal in the early days. When you offer the potty before, during, or right after a feed, you're helping your baby stay comfortable so that they can feed more calmly and fully. This is one parent's experience from the diaper-free baby.
Both of my children popped on and off the breast during nursing sessions. With the first, I thought it was a milk supply problem, so I even tried pumping and giving her bottles. With my second, when she did the exact same thing, it finally occurred to me to take her to the bathroom, and then she was satisfied. Lots of babies pop on and off the breast at this age, and their mums are told it's a nursing issue. In my experience, it was an EC signal.
Less nappy rash. So ever since children began to wear nappies, nappy rash has been one of the most common skin disorders of infancy. Most infants will suffer from a significant nappy rash at least one time before they are toilet trained. More hygienic. Pottying allows baby skin to breathe without being wrapped up 24/7, and parents and babies do not need to be in contact with waste, reducing the risk of transmitted diseases, bacteria and parasites that are found in human faeces. For girls, it helps prevent faeces entering the vagina, which reduces the risk of bacterial infections. This is one parents experience from the diaper-free baby.
Our baby had a UTI, which the doctor told us was most likely from a poopy diaper. No matter how diligently we cleaned her and how immediately we changed her, this could still happen. To add insult to injury, the antibiotics that she needed completely changed her rhythms. She was pooping constantly and developed a horrible red raw diaper rash from all the pooping and wiping and the diapers. When we finally started EC, she looked at me as if she was saying, "What took you so long?" and promptly pooped in the toilet. Suddenly there was no big clean-up, no anguishing over cracks and crevices, just a little toilet paper and a flush.
As you read through these benefits, I really encourage you to notice which ones matter the most to you, what first drew you to baby pottying. It can be really interesting to come back to those thoughts after practicing it for a while and see if your motivations just shift over time. I know mine certainly did. So, what began as wanting to use fewer disposable nappies, it just quickly became something so much more richer and meaningful.